We are on the plane of Pisces, and so I am not beginning something. Rather, this has been already in the pipe for a few weeks. But since it spells the end of something, that which it replaces, then it's appropriate for this video to be on the plane of Pisces, which signifies dissolution and endings. So the golden phoenix, as it was, is no longer, and instead is a more powerful group. It may be that the group is only currently composed of 2 people. It just all depends on where the people that were formerly in the golden phoenix are at and what they're ready for and what they want. So essentially, if unless there are special circumstances, a golden phoenix companion will keep all of his water in containers. He won't lose anything, and he will drink at least, if it's a full cycle, unless there's only a little bit of water coming out, it's a full cycle, at least 3 big sips of each cycle, at least. But often he will drink half of it or more, all of it. So that overall his consumption will be between 40 and 60% on average of everything that comes out. And again, he won't lose a drop. So everything will be going in bottles, in containers, in barrels, in anything available. And then he will use only his plasma to wash everything he washes. Himself, his clothes, his possessions. Unless something requires some kind of industrial solvent. Then, of course, as each case develops, there's different needs. But for overall any kind of other cleaning, he will only use plasma to clean. Again, unless he doesn't have aged plasma because he's traveling. He will also do at least an enema every 3 days, but more probably 1 daily. I currently do 2 or 3 daily. And that's about it. He will boil aged plasma and always have boiled plasma on hand for sun tanning, for upkeeping the skin. So he will use all of his plasma in every way possible. He'll do nose rinses. He'll clean his ears. His children will do the same. So, also, he will avoid foods that are bad for him. So he'll avoid essentially any kind of food that has pesticide or any kind of harmful chemicals in the cultivation process. And he will avoid any quantity bigger than a tiny bit of grains, which are can only be eaten in very, very small amounts, like maybe this much, not every day. So like a tiny little piece of bread or a tiny little bit of rice. He will also fast on Ekadashis, which are twice every lunation. And There will be more, but this will be the base. So, yeah, oh, of course, yeah, there won't be any flesh, animal flesh, unless one has hunted it himself without using firearms or any kind of elaborate mechanical means, just handmade traps and real hunting, real old style, knowing the prey hunting, and only in small quantity. So only special power meat hunted by oneself without firearms. And of course, he won't eat any eggs or milk that has any kind of antibiotics or anything like that. So that sort of eliminates most of what's available. So only organic cheese and milk and eggs. And of course, he will endeavor to stalk himself in order to increase his personal power, in order to achieve total freedom by breaking the barriers of perception, as is described by the books of Castaneda. So he will endeavor also to read all those books, and to read Taisha Abelard's books, and unless he's really not a reader type and can just learn from the other companions, which is fine, but he will at least endeavor to learn the vocabulary and perhaps read some of the most important book like The Art of Dreaming. So that's the new Golden Phoenix, the Golden Phoenix 2.0. Like I said, there's me and Anna for sure that are now walking this path. And I will let this video out so all the other members who know who they are will decide if that is where they're at. If not, then there's this other group which was already there, which is perfect for this purpose, called the Mother Spirit, which is mostly led by Anna. So I'm also a member of that group, or a companion rather, which is the right term. And but I mostly lead the Golden Phoenix, and she mostly leads the Mother Spirit. So it's very much more in accordance with our color. And she's more soft and absorbing, and I'm more hard and ambitious. So I lead those who really want to take it as far as they can, and she leads the rest who just want to heal. And so the Mother Spirit really doesn't have a lot of prerequisite as far as I know. It's probably just it's kind of going to be a subgroup of the Freedom Alliance, or I'm not sure on the term yet, but that only requires one to recognize that there is no authority without consent. So just making a video and emphatically stating with true purpose and belief and faith that there is no authority without consent will get one in the group, unless he is a known double agent trying to infiltrate for whatever reason. So and then the Mother Spirit will probably just require people to be very respectful of each other's openness, because being open is being vulnerable. And so except for Golden Phoenix companions who are hardcore and can thrive on tyrants who make fun of them, most people are not at that level. So there's going to be Mother Spirit meetings and things like that, and then people will have to be very respectful of what others are willing to talk about, and that will be basically all that is required. So there won't be any making fun of people because they're drinking their water. of course, for example. So that's how things are going to be. So anybody who's currently in the Golden, or was a Golden Phoenix companion, is automatically a Mother Spirit companion, and can decide if they want to walk that path. If they haven't started reading the book, they can start now. They can just start to fulfill all the requirements right now. They can not lose any drop of their water and not have any shame. All of the Golden Phoenix companions cannot have any kind of shame to talk about the fact that they recycle and drink the water of life. So that doesn't mean they have to be public about it. It just means that they have to have absolutely no shame, no problem if somebody tries to make fun of them, which might happen. So one has to be completely embracing one's water and endeavoring to walk the path of total freedom, as I can explain it, or as they are explained, as it is explained in the books of Castaneda and Abelard and Florinda Donner Grau and Torres, Armando Torres, and there are more. So thank you, magical infinite beings. May you find the intent to find your higher selves and your higher paths, and to live through the dark karmas of this current incarnation without losing your mind. See you all later.